Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Black-Liberation.Tech podcast. I am your host, Dr. Renee Jordan, and today I'm going to take a look at another blog post from June 2018, and it is titled Tell Your Story. This week, I attended the National Association of HBCU Title III Administrators Conference in Crystal City, Virginia, for work and learned a lot. Although there are more than enough regulations to keep in mind when managing the grant, it is even better to experience the stories of others to learn about the various possibilities in spite of the limitations. Sometimes you just have to be there and hear it for yourself. Here are several takeaways that also have life application. I won't give you the context in which they were said, so you can use your imagination. You don't have a budget, you have goals and objectives to accomplish. You can't fix a lie. Make things an expectation. Tell your story. One of the cool people I met this week was on my flight back to Atlanta. Check out Mr. Anwar Y. Dunbar's site, bigwordsarepowerful.com, and see for yourself. So, telling your story is a part of why I have this podcast. I am interested in informal learning opportunities to help with academic and career coaching for girls and women. And so, when I take a look at this blog post in particular, and the note that says you don't have a budget, you have goals and objectives to accomplish. Well, I had to take a look and see what could I do with what I have at this point. So this podcast and everything that I've done so far in terms of my business and my open educational resource, it's because I want to make movements in what it is that I'm interested in doing. And I don't have to wait to have a job in that space or funding from outside in order to get started. I can work on it now and go as far as I can and see what happens. You can't fix a lie. Now, this one hit me because people have selective memory. I'm not saying that they intentionally tell fibs, but sometimes they really just remember certain things and not everything. And one of the things that I learned to do when working with people who have a lot going on, they don't take their own notes. I take good notes, but I can't hold anyone responsible to the notes I take other than myself. I email people. I take notes for myself and say, this is what I gathered. This is what I understand. What I no longer do is say, hey, you said this in this meeting. No, this is what I wrote down from the meeting, and that's what I understood needed to be done. So can you help me? Are we deciding to go in another direction? Have priorities changed? Is there something else that I missed? And as a result, what I wrote down is no longer applicable. And so emailing people who have a lot going on, meaning they're juggling multiple things, they have so much stuff running through their mind that it gets hard to keep track of it all for themselves. I find that emailing them is a way to get clarity for myself. And the notes that I take are indeed for me, and they're written from my perspective and as far as what it is that I need to do in order to accomplish the task, the goals, and the objectives at work, as well as in life in general. Things that I want to do, things that I want to accomplish, my goals, my expectations, so forth and so on. The next quote that says, make things an expectation. One of the things that I find is that although I've had different positions, I can set expectations as it relates to how I engage with others. And part of setting the expectations is that if I say something, I'm going to follow through. If I miss something, I'll apologize and provide a way to resolve the issue or provide a way to move forward as a result of a misstep, something missing, something being left out, something not being done. I can set that expectation. I can set the expectation that if you ask me for help, I'll do what I can, and I'll even point you in a direction of someone else who can help you if I'm not the person that can help you, or people who you might need to contact or think about contacting in order to help yourself. So when making things an expectation, whatever is in your locus of control, those are some of the things that you can set expectations for. And so please feel free to apply that to where else you think it fits. Tell your story. Well, I'm telling my story to help others. It's not that my way is the way or the only way, but it's one of the ways that I was able to accomplish what I've done in life, as far as school, as far as work, as far as anything that I'm willing to share. So I tell my story so people can see a different perspective and hopefully find something that helps them along their way so that no matter where you are, you can have some encouraging words to help you get to your next step. If nothing else, you could say, well, Dr. Renee Jordan was able to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm not trying to be her or do the same thing she's doing, but if she can do it and she had challenges and was able to persist, then I'm able to do something as well, whether that's in education, in technology, or wherever you find yourself in life. Since the blog post for this episode was short, I'm going to take the liberty to also have a short episode today. For those of you who are in warmer regions at the moment, I hope you're enjoying the weather out there. It's a good time to get outside and hang out with those you love. Once again, thank you for listening to another episode of the Black-Liberation.Tech podcast. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share, rate, and review the podcast to help it become more discoverable. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.